Yes, that is correct. I just saw the news. It broke about 25 minutes ago, about 5 minutes after I dropped my video. What's interesting is this is somewhat a product of Russia's own foolishness when it comes to the war in Ukraine. Now, for the past few years, the Russians have been recruiting various entities, whether it's the Chechens, which are Russians technically, but the Chechens, fighters from Africa, and also fighters from the Middle East, specifically Syria, where Bashar al Assad is a friend to Vladimir Putin. Well, ISIS actually originated in that area of the Levant. I mean, another name for them is ISIL. So you have the Syrian ISIS factions that can be funneling into Russia via these recruitment efforts, coming in saying they might fight for Russia, but actually disappear into the woodwork and then come out as terrorists. And this is something that now Russia has to deal with because there has been a pretty open flow of these ISIS terrorists using the recruiting efforts of Russia to bring in additional fighters to fight on the front lines in Ukraine for the Russians. Now they are apparently terrorists committing atrocious acts within Russia against the Russian people, something that obviously Vladimir Putin will not allow to be tied together, but is absolutely something that clearly is prevalent. And the fact of the matter is more and more information is coming out that these fighters had heavy weaponry, they may have had grenades, and if they were in fact given them by the Russian military as a part of their effort to fight and then lost accountability of these fighters, their weapons, etc., and now they're being used against the Russian people, you would think that that has pretty severe implications for, well, it would have pretty severe implications for pretty much any other legitimate government, but Putin will find a way to tamp that down. And then one other thing, it's worth reminding everyone that the United States warned Russia about a potential ISIS-K faction operating in Russia and sent the warning through their embassies. And it was Vladimir Putin himself who said, as I said in my previous video, that this was just an American attempt to sow some sort of discord within the Russian populace. Well, clearly that came back to bite Putin in the ass.